My parents met each other in Honolulu, Hawaii. They spent the summer together. They loved each other immediately. They got married there soon after. They were a happy couple. They enjoyed life. Soon after they got married, they had their first kid, my older brother Kyle.
Hey, you can give Mommy a smile.
He was fat.
Kyle, how are you doing? Kyle?
I came second 2 years later after him.
Kelly, when he's
I was the wild child.
Climb in towards the video camera.
It was just us for a while, just the four of us. We were a happy family. Kyle and I got together very well. My parents were unbelievably fun parents. We called ourselves the Four Amigos. Then our family grew.
Okay.
Corey was the third brother.
Kyle and Kelly's first
He was supposed to be a girl.
baby's brother.
Shh, don't tell.
Thought you said it went on that.
We thought having a new brother would be scary,
Have no
but we
idea.
quickly fell in love with him.
Kelly, you gonna help, Kel?
Baby's looking around.
The baby's looking around?
Yes,
He's little, isn't he?
yes.
Do you ever think that something that
And he
little?
has the hiccups.
You know, that was inside Mommy's tummy.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
Oh.
Yeah?
Only this good.
Can you believe that he fit inside Mommy's tummy? Remember when you would feel my tummy and you could feel it?
Yes,
Now you're feeling his feet and his head and stuff? Those, remember you used to feel those in Mommy's tummy?
yes.
The five of us made up a happy family. We were picture perfect. We were the damn Brady Bunch. Nothing could separate us. Until something did. My parents got divorced.
We'll have to read that every night and teach you all the things you need to know.
Daddy and Kelly down there. Kelly, what you doing? Already?
My brothers and I didn't know what to do. It felt like it was our fault. I feel like all kids
Years old.
at our age would feel like a divorce is their fault.
Years old.
Because you can't imagine your parents just falling out of love. That just doesn't happen.
Myself.
You know your parents as together, and that's it. When something happens to tear them apart, you think it's tearing your whole family apart. My dad moved out to an apartment nearby. We thought it was going to be weird living part-time away from home, but we quickly fell in love with the place. They had this vending machine that had no bottom flap, and you could reach up and take whatever candy you want. My dad didn't like it, but my brothers and I loved it. They also had an amazing jacuzzi that sometimes we would put dish soap in and make the foam go higher than the fence. Again, my dad was not happy, but we were thrilled. Every time we were at my dad's apartment, though, we wondered how silly it was and how simple it would be if they all lived back in the same house. My poor mom alone sitting there, wondering what we're doing, and us sitting there wondering what she's doing. We thought they were dumb for not living together. Looking back on it, if there was one benefit from the divorce, though, we got to spend a lot more quality time with each parent individually. Mom would take us on trips. Dad would take us on trips. They were very different when they weren't together. A confusing year later, our parents decided to twist our minds even more. They attempted to get back together, and in retrospect, they were doing it for us, so I love them for it. My dad was back in the house for a couple months, and we took some great family vacations again. We felt like the old gang was back together. And then out of nowhere, my dad moved into an official apartment. We knew that it was getting serious at this point. We quickly made this apartment our home, signed our name in the tree out front. We would go to the park a lot. We liked going to the park. It made us feel like a kid. Our dad, I think, liked taking us too. We would play football there. Years down the road, we grew up and our parents grew up. My dad got his own house. The divorce was final. Both my parents got remarried to people that were very happy entered our family. Looking back on the whole situation, if there's one thing that stayed consistent, it was my brothers. We would change parents, they would come and go. New parents would come into our lives. Houses would come and go. But if there's something that stuck the entire time through, it was me and my brothers and our relationship with each other.
Yeah, Roy.
We were the three amigos. There's nothing that could break us apart. No matter how big of a problem between parents you have, you'll always have your siblings. Without them, I don't know if I would have made it through this. They were my rock and my best friends. And they still are. Divorce is not always a bad thing. As a young kid, it's terrifying. You feel like your family's being ripped apart. But when you get older and you look back upon it, you realize it's not the end of the world. Sometimes when you think a family's falling apart, really it just has to grow a little bit bigger to be the best family ever.